Hanging Out with Sam posted something today on YouTube, just one of those community posts, and it reminded me of the part of the Bible where it talks about the end times or the final days, the last days, whatever, and it says men's hearts will fail for what they see. I kind of always wondered what that is. Return of the Nephilim in a physical form, or the giants that are out in the living out in the caves, like in the Grand Canyon. Like, what I wonder what exactly that refers to. Like, what we're going to see. Are they going to? Is CERN finally going to open some big portals? I think they have been opening portals though. I haven't checked in with the guy who does that. Scott Wag Chicago. He was keeping track of the portal openings. He probably still maybe. And what they are is he has like a radar that shows like where. And I don't know what the portals are. I don't think he exactly knows anyway. But he can pick up the changes of it. Yeah, the frequency changes, seismographic, whatever fucking thing you're going to use there to explain how he measures these abrasions in the atmosphere. But are they going to bring some stuff through that? Is this stuff already here? Is it the revealing of maybe things that live underground, that have lived underground for a while? Because there's a lot of stuff here we just haven't seen, that's been hidden from us through various means. In some cases, right in front of our eyes, but we can't see it. Certain people who disguise themselves as regular NPCs, which is the majority of what is out here. Again, you got to treat everybody as you'd want them to treat you, regardless of if they have a soul or not. It's part of the game. But yeah, that one stuck in my head. I was like, I wonder what they're referring to. I guess we'll find out. But in that same part, of text, it mentions how there won't be another generation after this one. Like, this is the one where it's all going to come to a head. And I mean, I hope so. I don't know if other generations in the past maybe thought they were the last too. But I just don't see how it could get any worse. Well, no, I take that back. As I walk around here in my nice fucking shopping fucking Waikiki tourist district neighborhood with this fucking blueberry Red Bull, this doesn't feel like the end times, you know what I mean? But I mean, as far as the world as a whole, it's pretty bad. And I was reminded of that, as many of us were, this whole month, because they're doing they've done Pride Month all month, and our transgender Surgeon General, or whatever that guy is, Levine, he said he wanted to make this a Pride Summer. It's like, dude, you already have 4 weeks. You want 8 or 12 or whatever number of math says it is? No, it would actually be, well, depending on what, July has 5 weeks, right? Who gives a shit? The point is, they give these people a lot of time, and a lot of the news this year was a lot less celebratory reporting you're seeing. I mean, of course, the same media outlets will always, try to promote it as something good. But there's been a lot of clapback this year from all kinds of corners of the world against it. And I kind of think, I think that submarine ritual had a lot to do with, I think, the currency that's coming in, or the switch to off the fiat currency and into this, credit score thing. It has to do with a lot of things, but I think part of it too, the reason, maybe this is just serendipitous happening for them, but it seems to have taken a lot of the attention away from what would be nonstop Pride coverage, which is probably good because people, it seems like, are turning on it. You know, finally. I've been working on a video, been working on it. I think I looked at it twice. I wanted to get some memes, well, not memes really, but just news stories that I'd seen, you know, over the years. People always post things about the darker side of the LGBT movement, adoptions where they then, you know, pimp out the kids, really terrible stuff. So I petitioned, you cannot petition the Lord with prayer. I petitioned 4chan for some help, which I usually don't do because it's not your personal army, faggot. But I asked if anybody had any news clippings or had saved any images. News clippings. I got some news clippings. I put on my Wurlitzer. If anyone saved any stories like that showed the darker side, because I've seen so many over the years, but I don't save them. It's all a dark side. There's nothing good about it. There isn't anything good about it. But the more I go through that footage, I'm like, I don't know, if I post this, right, it's going to probably cause me more problems than it's worth. I mean, they got me so bottlenecked right now. Like, I mean, my numbers now are down to the same numbers I had, like, the first 6 months I started doing this 3 years ago. That last ban really, I don't know, it took me completely out of the fucking algorithm. However, I was barely hanging in there as it was. But I was starting to see over 100 views regularly, you know, 50, 60. And then right after the ban, it took a fucking nosedive. Now I get, like, I don't even get a couple dozen. It's always in the teens, like 16, 14. It's a huge drop-off. A huge drop-off. Again, I mean, that's not really a huge concern of mine. That's not why I do this. But if I'm gonna do something about like a clapback against the LGBT stuff, I'm more likely to have someone like report me or something than anyone to see it or appreciate it, or even, I mean, what are you gonna get out of it? It's preaching to the choir. A lot of us know it's bad, and that's it. And people that are for it, you know, Satanists and scumbags and degenerates, it's just going to upset them. And, you know, I don't want to catch another ban. But I did collect a lot of images that I'd like to share with you here. Now, some good ones. Well, good ones, I mean, it's good ones for the purpose of trying to illustrate how shitty that fucking movement is and what it's really about. And take the rainbow. It's God's promise. That was his promise after the flood. Now it means sodomy. That's a weird thing. It's like they push this thing everywhere. Flags and kids' clothing sections, but and they mask it in like love is love. But what it really is standing for, what's this guy doing? Oh, he's helping that person. They went down a one way. He's trying to get them out of it. Good for him. Good job, man. But yeah, it's really about putting your penis in usually a man's ass. And this is what you're putting in kids' faces all the time. That's what it is, but they don't really mention that. They don't say what it is. It's you know, it's not. You know, they try to hide it. It's the same thing like when I talk about like the truth and lies frequency. How they have something that's good and true, and they use that to cover the bullshit frequency of shit. In this case, quite literally shit sometimes, depending. It's just gross to think about, but Yeah, they should just say what it is. Last year on this time when I was talking about Pride again last year, I made my own flag, which had an eclair with chocolate dripping off it, which would be more accurate to what's going on than a flag. I mean, you're talking about sodomy. You're talking about engaging in butt fucking, and you want to tell kids about it because they want to do that to the kids. I mean, if you have a group of people and you can't propagate your own species because nature doesn't allow it, I mean, eventually they're going to be transplanting wombs into men's butts so they can feel better. But as of right now, they can't reproduce. So what they got to do is they got to steal people's kids, straight people's kids, because if they weren't straight, they wouldn't have kids, right? So that's what they do, and they do that through abuse, sexual abuse. It will make you turn in that direction. Without getting too far into my personal situation, I think that's why I was the way I was for a while. You know, for a while. It was fucking decades. But, well, no, let me think about this. No, this isn't about me. I'm just making the fucking video. I'm just reporting. I'm just an end times reporter. Yeah, it does affect how you think. It pushes them in that direction. It makes them like that. And that's a terrible way to give birth to new people for your group. And, you know, basically by going on abusing other people to get them into your little fucking thing. Your fucking legacy of grossness and shit dicks. It makes me mad. But yeah, so I got that video. I'm just like, does it bother for the dozen people that are gonna see it? Is it gonna get me more trouble than it's worth? I don't think it's that bad, but you never know. When, you know, on YouTube, the last ban I got, they couldn't even tell me why they did it. It was a video from 2 years ago, and they were just like, yeah, you're glorifying violence. What the fuck does that even mean? Glorifying violence? Like, there's a lot of different things people say that could fall under that you could use that description on. It's fucked up. It's weird. I don't know, whatever. Rolling on. Starting to rain a little bit. I'm gonna go wander around lawns to try to avoid people. It's not easy. Don't blame the teacher, blame the school.